So we have an idea for this week's edition of Mystery Crate. Welcome to Mystery Crate, everybody.
Whoa!
Hey,
Wow.
that was early. I didn't
My
like
gosh.
that. For a little premature.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to introduce a conceit, and so I feel like if we just did our usual,
I concede to your conceit.
All
and
right.
so we have if we have our usual chat beforehand, then we couldn't get to the conceit until far later than I wanted to.
Mhm.
So today's conceit is an AMA. I decided to call it an AUA because there are 6 of us, actually 7 of us here for this edition of Mystery Crate. First off, welcome Juju Gotti to Miami.
Hey, how you doing, Juju?
Juju's in the building.
Thank y'all for having me. I love you all. It's amazing. To
Juju,
see
you got to
guys.
talk into the
A
microphone.
little closer.
buddy.
It's amazing to see you guys' faces in person. I love you all.
Hey, yeah.
And so we have solicited questions from the audience on both Instagram and Twitter, and we will now ask the questions of the group. And
I didn't approve these.
Okay.
Who didn't approve these?
I need to
I
see these
didn't approve
questions.
Yeah.
Oh,
before.
nobody
I
approved
would
Do you want me to
like
hand you
to
the
Are you
list
gonna
of
blindside me here?
Yeah.
Blindside
I
I
also
just
don't
feel
wanna
like
look at
I
it.
just feel
Use
like these
good judgment.
questions. Just come on, just be nice to me.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, man.
I vetted most of the Twitter ones, and I only found 2 that I thought would be good conversation
Oh, quick
starters.
episode then.
Yeah, well, there were 300 replies, and a lot of them were kind of like obviously fake questions, like questions that were
Like
inside
what? Can you
jokes.
can
It's
you
like,
go with one?
oh, what's number 2? It's like, oh, it's Christmas. Like that's not
idiot.
a great like conversation starter. It's like a good inside joke, but like we don't.
Terrible.
It's not gonna get us anywhere. Mystery Crate,
Right.
and that was what like 280 of the responses are. So I picked out like a couple good questions.
All right. So let's start with the Twitter questions first, then, because I took a ton more from Instagram. So we begin with at no frill all trill. Hey, first time, long time here. What's an inside joke at the studio that has never made it to air?
That's a good question.
I have one. So Tony and Luis like to call each other brother, which is like the Spanish form of brother.
Oh, no.
And Chris
Of
Cody
just regular brother.
likes to butcher it in using his Spanish accent. He
Butcher
say, yeah, I mean, you don't.
Yeah, because you're a
you can't-
gringo.
You
That's
can't
why.
get your mouth wrapped
He's evolved
around
it.
brother.
Listen,
And so
bro.
you say, bro.
Listen, bro.
It's like
Boño.
it's like
Just
it's
boño.
saying brothel,
Listen,
right? But it's just like in a Spanish accent.
allow it.
bro.
Brother.
Bro.
There's also
Broheim.
really for me, I have kind of become
Brother.
I've become self-conscious about just being myself because I feel like Chris Cody seizes upon
Get in.
all of my ticks.
Get
And
in.
so
Oh, yeah.
the other day we were so every once in a
Please.
while when we're done with a podcast hour, we'll head out to the kitchen. And those often
Oh,
take
yeah.
too long, and I have to. And no, they take too long. And I try and wrangle, and I try and go outside, and I don't want to be a dick about it and be like, guys, let's get to fucking work.
Yeah,
All right,
you
what are
do
we
it
doing
very-
here?
He does it very meekly.
Yeah, so I do it very meekly. So I walk. All right, lads, let's get back to work.
Man,
And-
we
and Chris
lead the
Cody,
league
and
in
so I'm-
passive aggression.
and so-
I swear to God.
It's not me being passive aggressive.
It seems
Well,
like-
you are expressing that you're more frustrated in those moments than you're.
No,
He's
I'm
not frustrated.
No, I'm not frustrated. I don't
No.
get frustrated.
Right.
I understand you guys are having
He
a
wants
nice
the
time
lads to get back to work.
Yeah, we were standing around the kitchen, but 12 minutes has elapsed, and we have to get cracking again. And
So wait, what's the inside joke?
What happens is Woody will very meekly go, "All right, lads, let's go," and he'll like start walking back, and nobody moves.
Bro,
Yeah.
So I'll look at the room and be like, "Hey, fucking lads, let's go!"
So then everybody gets up and goes.
No, but
actually.
it's more
Nah, I
that
stay seated.
it's more that Chris recognized because we were standing in the kitchen one day and I was walking back towards the studio and behind me he goes, "All right, lads," and I'm like, "Oh, you noticed it? Damn it! You just notice everything that I do."
Go, chaps.
I've got one. I've got one that hasn't really made it to air, which is something that everybody around here uses. It's called pumpkins.
Ooh.
Calabaza, calabaza.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I know that infringes upon another bit that we have at Afandadia. The inside joke behind that is in Spanish culture, there's a phrase that says "calabaza, calabaza, todo mundo pa la casa," which
Right.
loosely, directly translates to "pumpkin, pumpkin, everybody go home."
Right,
So,
but because it rhymes with "que le vamos para la casa,"
right,
you
calabaza.
say calabaza.
So
right?
it went from calabaza, calabaza, which is the short version,
Yeah.
to calabaza, to pumpkins, to pumps.
We get the pumps? Who?
Wow, we get the
When
pumps.
did it
so,
get the pumps?
So whenever anyone declares that they're ready to go home, they just say pumpkins, or
Pumpkins.
pumps
Exactly.
or singular pumpkin.
This
Right.
doesn't really have anything to do with that question, but it's just inner office stuff. I've enjoyed Roy because this week we have a lot of suits in, so we're doing like we have meetings all the time, but there's just
Nobody's
more
wearing a suit though.
more intense meetings, and
Should I?
You should, yeah.
I
I'm
love
gonna wear a swimsuit.
I love Roy's ability just to be like brutally honest with suits when they like ask him stuff. Like there was one meeting earlier this week where it was like, "Roy, you got some time to hang around so I could talk to you later?" Like usually in that spot, you're just like, "Yeah, whatever you need." Roy's just like, I got an electrician in my house right now.
Well, no, he
Yeah.
said no.
Yeah,
said
he
no
said
first.
he for sure was like,
He was
no.
like, no.
I love that. See, this is why the passive aggressive doesn't work with Roy, because Roy's just honest.
Yeah.
Passive aggressive is always a way to
But it was
couch
John
honesty
Skipper
with
asking.
niceness.
It was
Like, if
not
I-
John Skipper.
If
actually.
John, well, just for the show, Roy, come on.
Yeah.
If,
We're doing
What are we doing?
What are you doing?
What are we
If
doing?
John-
Like, I'm trying to be brutally,
I'll leave my
honest.
daughter.
You're lying.
I'll leave my daughter at daycare like past 6 p.m. if John Skipper tells me there's a meeting.
Not
And
Roy
Roy's just
Bellamy.
like, I got shit to do. Sorry, John.
I think that says more about you than him.
Man, the electricity's off at the house. Air conditioning. I got have my family survive.
I'm like, it sounds like I'm making fun, but I'm like, I wish I was more like you, Roy, because I'll just like get scared and tell them, oh yes, yeah, I'll be there whenever you need me.
In a brief
I could be going
moment
to
of
my
vulnerability, do you guys find me to be passive aggressive?
I find everybody here to be passive aggressive.
Oh, that's not
Really?
true.
Nah.
Absolutely.
I say shit that everyone
Which
says.
is why I said we lead the league in passive aggression.
Really?
I lead
What-
the
what-
league in aggressive aggression.
Juju,
We gotta make up for it.
sometimes Juju will snap and he will say exactly what's on his mind, but
Yes.
he's pretty polite most of the time, Juju. So I wouldn't say you lead the league in it.
Thank
Well,
you, my
then it's
sister.
just
That's
me.
why you're my sister.
You don't lead the league, but your plus minus is like out of control. Like,
Your
your purr
efficiency is
insane.
pretty good. Yeah.
Next question comes from @SmoothHoosier. Why don't y'all play games more often on Mystery Crate? That Scattergories episode was a blast.
It was fun. I think I
That was
cheated
a
the whole
self-serving
time.
Twitter question that I put
It's not really a question either. So
But
what?
why don't we play more games
Yeah.
on Mystery Crate?
You know
I don't
we
think
should
we like
play?
each
We
other.
should discuss the Mystery Crate creative process.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's just turning on mics and talking. That's kind
That's
of
mostly-
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty
why
much
we
it.
don't
That's-
play more
I mean,
games.
that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Categories required about 2 extra hours of planning the day
Yeah.
before.
We
that
should-
was mostly just
we should
you and
play
I going to
Clue.
Target.
We should play Clue.
Clue?
Try to figure out who the murderer is.
That doesn't
Ah,
feel conducive
terrible
to
game.
speaking
Well, that's
into
that's
a mic.
the thing though, is that we need to find games that are conducive to a mostly audio format. Now, I would say that video episode of Mystery Crate on YouTube, go and find it. Scattergories just playing
Very exciting
on Mystery Crate was a really fun video watch. But we have to find board games that are conducive to audio because there are a lot of board games require a video component or looking
right.
at a
You
board
need to look at the
component.
board. Maybe we should
Right.
solicit suggestions from the audience. What board games or card games we should play?
Jenga.
I mean, you got Taboo, you got Pictionary.
Jenga.
I
No,
can't
you
think
have
of a
to
worse
see,
game for
You
a
have to see the bricks, Tony.
I mean, when those blocks fall, though.
It would just be an episode of,
Jenga.
of
Jenga.
of silence, and then all of a sudden a
Sank my
loud noise
battleship.
and someone shouting "fuck."
You have to like do play-by-play. You're like, right now I am pushing my finger
I'm
through
on
the
fourth
middle
block
slot.
up,
Exactly.
the second block.
Can
to
you
the right.
imagine that the
Middle
visuals
block.
on that in your mind are like,
When you guys would play
Like
Clue,
what? See, no one
Yeah.
could hear what that face
but
was.
you can imagine. But you can imagine.
you can imagine it though. You
When
can
you
imagine my
guys
face.
when you guys would play Clue, I would do this thing. Like I don't like to lose, so like as soon as I knew one of the three things, if I knew what the weapon was, I'll just like kind of like, all right, I know it's not that. I'll just guess the other two.
It's a very risky game,
But at that point in the game, you usually have like I know it's down to like 3 people it could be, and it's down to 3 rooms. Once I lock in one of the things, I'm just gonna like
taking a
roll the
shot?
dice,
Just
roll
go
the dice,
for
get
it?
that victory.
I play a lot of Clue, and the room is definitely the
you
hardest
play
one.
a lot of Clue. What does that mean?
I play a lot of Clue.
How?
How many
play
times a
Clue?
month?
often?
I sit on a table. We lay the board out, and me
Who
and
do
my
you play
wife,
with?
me and my
Aw,
wife, mostly
family?
Kirsten, our friend. Shout out to
Aw.
Kirsten.
Right.
My wife's like 34 now, by the way, and half the time she's like, I don't even. And then it's like, how do you win every time?
Yeah.
It's the location.
What's your like month? How many times a month are we playing Clue though? We just need to get a feel for this.
It was
Why haven't you
excessive
invited us over?
because I don't like most of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. That was
That
a
was
connection to
rude.
the passive aggressive thing.
Yeah,
I'm
that
new
was
at this.
rude.
That was
You got
aggressive.
it. Yes.
That was aggressive.
That was aggressive. No, I probably twice a month.
Wow.
That's
and
a
I
lot.
play the
That's a lot
Harry
of
Potter
Clue.
Clue.
Bro,
I play
I
the Harry
play-
Potter.
a lot.
I play Monopoly Deal multiple times a
Well,
month.
I mean-
Actually,
Oh,
multiple
man.
times a week. I played it, I think, every single day I was on vacation.
Monopoly
every
Deal?
single night, Monopoly Deal.
Yeah.
It was great.
We haven't played in a while.
Yeah, we gotta play.
I'm ready to.
Oh, I know we could play
reconvene.
Domino.
Domino?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
But again, you
you
have,
have
to
to
say
see the
6-2.
dominoes.
I mean, you're doing a thing, or you're intentionally.
I have a
trying to
sad
put it
Cuban
on.
Send
admission.
us your
You
suggestions.
play Uno.
Maybe charades.
Ooh, Uno would be fun too.
Yeah.
I'm really, as a Cuban, I'm very bad at dominoes.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
So the thing that I never understood is how the old man at the table knew that I had 9-7. Whenever you, so I used to play a ton in the Dolphins
Because you start doing the
parking lot.
math. You start doing the
I
math.
know,
domino
I know, but,
counting.
there aren't enough features on the table for that person to know what I have and don't have.
He's seen the moves that you've been playing, and
Right.
he knows that you've been trying to stay
Like,
away from certain things.
It's the same thing for me in counting cards. I try when I play blackjack, like, all right, high, low, high, low, high, low, and then like after 3 goes, I'm like, it's enough.
But the thing is, there's
It's enough
multiple
with the
decks
count.
inside
Right,
of the thing.
right. You're not
In the
you're not
dominoes,
getting it right.
I know how many there are, and I can see, okay, there's 12
But-
that we're not using.
Yeah.
Like, Woody hasn't played a 9 in a while.
high-low counting, I should be able to do. I just like when I'm playing games, like I'm not like trying to solve the game, and they're these old men that just know how to solve domino.
There's two ways to play
fascinating.
domino. There's one way where you got the black label flowing, and there's another way where you're actually playing the
competing.
game.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're competing and you're trying to win. There's some
Yes.
unbelievable dominoes players out there.
I love dominoes.
Yeah. All right. Next question comes from @HardyC66 on Instagram. They say, "What career would Chris Cody be in if it wasn't radio or podcasting?" I'm all in on gym teacher. I guess Chris, you should be qualified to answer the question first.
I've always thought I would have probably ended up being like some sort of teacher and like coaching high school baseball probably.
I can see that.
You
Like a
did.
good
You
high
were.
school
You were
coach.
coaching high school baseball.
I was in the coaching ranks in
Were you-
South Florida.
Would you have been on your way? Do you think? Do you think you would have been a top level coach?
I was an assistant head varsity coach. Like that was my peak. I was a head JV coach first couple years, and then I went to another school and was the assistant third base coach, head varsity coach.
Were you good at it?
I mean, I think I was good with the kids, and I definitely know how to teach the game. But it's how good can you be as a coach, right? You just make a lineup.
Right.
It's true. It's a very defeatist attitude.
No, I mean, yeah, I was. I don't. Yeah, I
That's
think
an
I,
put 'em
amazing
out there on
take
the
the
field.
next time
So
we
major
argue
league
about
coaches are
NFL
not good?
coaches.
Managers.
Should we all go around the room and all put forward what we think our careers would have been if we were not doing this?
we all think that we could be offensive coordinators, right? Because we played Madden.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks right now that they could call plays for an NFL game if you need to.
I'm
They're
still
so hard to call. Just like naming the.
well, I
the
know,
word,
like,
You
the
just-
actual.
If you actually remembered the names of the plays, Tony.
Yes.
That's built in.
that would have changed my life.
I would imagine I'd have a big sheet with all the names on it. So it's like, all right, I want to run the ball right,
Right,
here.
and they're
What's
your
this play
names
called?
usually,
Right.
so you remember them better.
Chris,
Plus,
you'd
I
ha-
would go simple. I would just have them numbered.
Yeah. Well,
Play 2.
Yes. And then
Play
you
number
just
8.
tell
Way too
you
confusing.
just tell the
Play
person in their
8 on
headphones
4.
they have like the QB wrist, and you're like,
Wait,
all right,
the
37. All right, it's X, Y,
4-yard
triple D,
line?
whatever. Huh?
Number 4? There's too many numbers.
2
Yeah,
on
just-
3.
No,
Just all be
it's
numbers.
play 8 on 4. Said hut.
he got
Delay a
somebody
game.
to jump. He got somebody to jump.
I feel like when I was a kid,
Thanks,
it
Aaron
was
Rodgers.
hut hike. Do you remember hike being like the main way
Yes.
that you
Mm-hmm.
got to play going? I feel like that's changed a lot. Go has become a big
Yeah,
one.
Go, yeah, go.
They don't
yeah.
have to say like there was a
silent count?
time when you thought I did at least that there's something that needs to be said. It's just
Oh,
it can
yeah.
be
Yeah.
silent
They're
counts.
saying
It's just
whatever
when
they
the ball
want.
moves.
Yeah.
Like you could be like
I always thought it
"Fart."
was hike.
Yeah.
Silent count never really like it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to me because if you're basically saying to the left tackle react when you see the ball move, dangerous game because they can either go too early or they can go too late.
That's why you
Right.
have to practice it so you time it out
A lot.
perfectly.
I know, but
Yeah.
it just seems like something that can go wrong.
Who's the
why
college
it's
quarterback?
hard.
Am I thinking of Robert Griffin? Who's the one man that just had the great slaps?
Yeah, RG3 had a great
Like
slap.
it was
for
just
me,
like,
it was Cam
no,
Newton.
For me, it's Nkosi Perry.
Cam.
Nkosi Perry for me had the iconic clap.
All he did was
like,
clap.
I know, but like in the crowd there were people because it was a full open wide.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
it's a
clap
good
it
call.
right there.
there you
Yeah.
go. A little stronger
Such a
though. A little
bad
stronger.
clap.
Remember, you're in front of 80,000 people. No, a little.
No,
Oh my
no, no, no,
God.
no, no.
Harder, buddy,
why do you
harder.
jump a
Right
little
here,
when you
look,
You're
clap?
so
right
bad
here.
at
You
clapping.
You have a little hop in your step when you do it.
Yeah, that's a good one, Roy. Cam Newton does have a great one because
Hands are cold, that
he'll
hurts.
get up like
It's
with off the
freezing.
one knee
Yeah.
and be like,
Yeah.
Cam.
and then
Do
he'll kind of
you
sit
guys
there.
do you guys ever like at home do like NFL snap cadences like you saw on
Yes.
TV?
Yeah,
like
of
I would
course.
do.
Never.
I'm pretty good.
Y20.
I do the step, the high step, and then
Ready?
and I do Aaron Rodgers.
That's Cam, too.
Good 18, good 18 up.
Yeah, he has a quick
Yeah.
one at the
Red 80.
Yeah.
Red 80.
Ready?
There's a ready.
Like
the
being
ready
under
is as long as
center.
a
Being under
ready.
center is fun. I miss being under center.
I don't like being under center.
Oh
I
yeah.
think you
I
would
wanna
lose
catch
your
a-
voice very
I wanna catch a
easily.
snap.
I do a
Yeah.
lot of the Euro step at home. And
Oh
I'm like
yeah,
dunking,
Euro step
Oh,
on the door frame.
step,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do a lot of like up and under fakes.
I'm juking. I'm AI at home.
Swinging the bat.
I mean, I do that in the office too. I'm always swinging a bat,
Always
hitting
swinging a
jacks
bat.
to left.
At GTeeter55 says, if there was a President LeBatard, how would the shipping container fill out his cabinet?
I think you're the vice president.
Me?
Well, no, Stu
that's
would be
not-
the vice
Stugotz
president.
is definitely.
Stu would be the vice.
Yeah, but we're only doing
Chief
that
of
because I can
staff.
have to.
Or
The
would
vice-
Stugotz rather be the Secretary of Treasury? for obvious
Yeah, we have to
Oh,
keep him
no,
out of
no.
that, I think.
Yeah, we
Oh,
gotta
we
keep
got to keep him
that
away
one,
from the
yeah.
Yeah,
treasury.
we gotta keep him away
there'd
from
be a
that.
lot of.
I don't think the vice president's part of the cabinet, right?
Well, whatever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, his
You don't
team.
think so? When,
his
when,
team.
there-
Vice
when,
president
there's a
has
cabinet
their own
meeting, the
cabinet.
vice president has
Okay,
to be there.
maybe they are. I don't
Yeah.
know. But that person's like appointed before they appoint all the rest of them. So I feel like we should just ignore the vice president.
Right,
for
it's
now.
Stu. Just,
All right, I'm an
we'll call
idiot.
it
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We should talk about agriculture,
Yeah,
commerce, defense, education,
yeah. I'll
homeland
ta-
security.
I think Witty's locked in for
Chief of staff.
education.
or
no,
we can make
education.
our own.
I got
Chief of
Woody
staff.
chief of staff.
Secretary of
We could
Education,
have-
Witty seems like that guy.
I like it.
We can have
I'm in on the gig.
the office of the snacks.
The office.
Who's in charge of that?
Kristen.
I feel like Tony.
Yeah, Kristen.
Tony,
would
I
be-
always see you eating breakfast in there.
Yeah, but who's advising you on your breakfast?
What do you mean by that?
You need your own staff.
Exactly.
At Ebitondo on Instagram says, "How did everyone except Chris Whittingham, obviously, meet their significant others?"
Oh, that's a dig. There's no reason for that.
You know.
I was dating Dania's best friend. And then I met Dania, and then I was like, yeah, I like Dania way better.
Wow!
And then I scored.
Oh, you went for someone's
no.
best friend. That's extraordinary. How does the best friend feel about
The
it?
roommate-
Haven't seen her in a
swap?
decade, brother.
Wow.
Well, neither is
Ooh.
Dania.
Neither is Dania.
Goodness me. Tony?
I met Jenny in 11th grade, 2009. A mutual friend brought her over a house that I was hanging out at, and I was like, wow, she's beautiful. And then
West Kendall House?
So
No.
you've been together since 2009.
Yeah.
Wow, that's extraordinary. Fair play, Roy.
I met Anid online in 2010
Wow.
on OkCupid.
Ahead of your time.
Yeah.
But not on Tinder. Yeah, Tinder's much harder for that. Chris Cody?
Yeah, through friends, just mutual friends.
I thought it was Ray Romano. that brought you
No,
together.
I did not know Ray.
Jessica?
Same as Chris.
Ray Romano?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice.
This is from @turbo_wise on Instagram. What's Roy's favorite whiskey?
Lafroig, Lore. That's my favorite whiskey.
Does anyone else enjoy whiskey?
I've never heard of that before.
It's fairly recent. They came out with it about 5 years ago, something like that. Actually, a very good bottle.
Can you describe the difference between bourbon and whiskey?
Bourbon is
we've
whiskey.
gotten yelled at for this. So I said that bourbon is only bourbon if it comes from Kentucky. Apparently, that's not true.
What's the answer then? What's the
There's like
It's
something to do
ma-
with
it's
like
corn.
it has to
Corn.
be in the United States and something to do with the way that it's made.
51% corn is the main thing
Okay.
for bourbon. Bourbon is whiskey, by the way, to answer your question.
What do you like better?
What do you mean?
Bourbon or whiskey? Like your
I
favorite?
like all whiskey. I'm a Scotch guy, single malt. which is
So
why I
whiskey's
said
like
Lafroig.
a bigger category of
Yes.
types, and then bourbon, Scotch, those are types of whiskeys.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Scotch is a type of whiskey?
Yeah, that's why Black Label's a blended Scotch
Called
whiskey.
Scotch whiskey.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Called Scotch
I knew
whiskey.
bourbon was. I knew that. Look at that.
Do you
Learn
have
something
it
every day.
Christ Almighty.
I
Where?
like to ruin very expensive whiskey with Coca-Cola, and I get.
Yeah,
You are like
I swear.
Splash or like
like-
half and half?
I'm a 70-30, 70 whiskey, 30% cola. I've had a glass of like $600 Scotch, and then the guy my brother-in-law served it to me, and then I grabbed the Coke and I poured it in. He's like, "Do not do that." And I was like, "Who's drinking the whiskey, brother?"
Those are sipping whiskeys.
I'll
Those are
mix it
sipping
again.
whiskeys.
I'll mix it again.
I don't know how to sip whiskey. I just drink it.
It's not like it's a blended whiskey or anything like that.
I drink whiskey and then I draft Brandon Ayuk in the third round.
Ay,
in
ay,
fantasy
ay.
Roy
draft.
is the
Goodness
secretary
me.
of beverages.
Roy. Yeah.
I guess that would be me,
Definitely-
wouldn't it?
Definitely got to be on that. Roy, I found him to be an alcohol connoisseur.
I am, yes.
Max.Jensen says, when making a box of mac and cheese, what order do you add the butter, milk, and cheese powder packet?
Excellent question.
After I drain the noodles,
In the order that it tells me to on the
yeah,
box.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
no, that's wrong.
you
Don't
put the
ever
milk
read the
in
box.
first, then
Wrong.
the butter,
Already wrong.
then the cheese, and you go.
Butter goes first. You drain, you put the butter in, get it lubricated, and then you add a little bit of milk for some pre-lube. Then you add the cheese, and then you add heavy whipping cream if you need more lube for that cheese to break up.
Yeah, but you're not getting heavy whipping cream in the box. So where you just have heavy whipping cream?
I mean, you're not getting water in the box.
No, I know, but like you have that just
Water is
around?
a generally available resource to most people.
Exactly. So
Well,
not
most
all
people.
not all the ingredients need to be available in the box.
I feel like you just wanted to say lube.
Yes. Free lube.
And little pro tip: add garlic powder.
Oh yeah.
Powder.
Yes.
There's literally nothing you can
Buddy.
add garlic powder to, and it like will hurt it, right? I mean, that's just a nice
Yep.
little something.
Accoutrement. Yeah.
At JR Barraza 5 says, would it be considered to fine Witty $10 every time he says great shout? I want to take the opportunity to maybe add fines for all of us.
No, you don't.
What
have
are
to.
what are the things that we can all be fined for that you would admit yourself is either a tick or something you do too often that should be fined? I'll willingly accept that maybe I should be fined for saying great shout or one of my other annoying things. Maybe not for me, Clive, just 'cause it's such an inside joke that nobody knows what that means.
There's like 10 for you, by the way. Well, remember Tony's list of things don't say on a date?
That's right.
All
Right,
those.
yeah.
Every single one of those?
Yeah.
I have to write those
I
down
can't
for the
really
next time I
think
go
of
on a
any
date.
that I would find myself for.
Me saying it is what it is would probably be a fine.
Or you can't
really
afford a
remember you
vacation.
saying that.
Should we fine you for eating in front of the microphone?
You could find me for that.
Okay.
I think
I'll
mine is
pay it
bah.
every time.
I have Tony's notes here, and I can't read them.
They're illegible, yeah.
Yeah,
But that's
he's a
actually the
doctor,
list.
yeah.
Hold on, is that the list of what
The traits.
the traits? Yeah,
it's
that's a
traits.
trait list.
Yeah.
It's a different list. I got a lot of lists back there.
Chris Cody, what would you be willing to be fined
I mean,
for?
I would say just being immature, stupid jokes.
Hmm.
You know,
Right.
going for the
Sure.
like, love a good dick joke.
We shouldn't fine you for combining words, right?
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
That's
too
his
good.
thing.
Nah.
I want to use this as an opportunity to have a conversation about something
What's that, Chris?
that I
reading
feel
a
like has been
question right
tedious. No,
was
so
just
this
an
is
entry.
the preamble to the question.
Oh.
This is from at DunphyC37. Says, why does Jessica get a month's vacation every second month? Don't at me. I get the show, but I love when she's there. And you said something that you're 100% right about. We need to stop vacation shaming around this program. People
I'm
take
vacationing again!
I'm vacationing again. Like there's people who have a go at us anytime we're here. They're like, did he die? Like, no, I took a week off. People take weeks off from work
He
sometimes.
finally get fired.
I didn't die.
Well,
We didn't leave ESPN. We didn't leave Meadowlark.
no one's been fired. There's always like, Smetty finally got fired. Like, no, actually, I'm just working from home today, so I wasn't on the show.
Loser.
I think that there's some fans who like this guy who are like, oh, we miss you when you're not there, and I'm grateful for those people. But then there's like the mean-spirited like, I wish I had that vacation schedule. It's like, guess what? Sometimes I'm working from home. I'm not on vacation, but you don't know the difference because I don't announce to the world when I'm working, and I don't announce to the world.
I think every
When
day
I'm
maybe
not
you
working.
tweet out what your plans for the day are.
Yeah,
everyone
that's a
know.
good idea. I'll just all right.
An
It's-
itinerary
Hey
for everybody.
everybody,
huh?
working today.
Hey guys,
It's
so I have
literally
a few meetings. Starting at 10, ending around 3. Then I'm gonna do some stuff on my
Jess,
laptop.
I noticed you missed the segment an hour or two yesterday.
Where were you? Can you speak on that?
You
Oh, you know what
I
you
also
could be?
think-
You
Go
could
ahead.
be the person that's always answering questions for the president.
Oh, I'm the press
Ooh,
secretary.
the press
Press
secretary.
secretary, yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't want that job.
No,
that
that's a
person
hard
just
job,
has
yeah.
to eat shit all the time
Mhm.
for the president on their behalf.
Let's make it Billy then.
I think part of the problem with people vacation shaming is that no one outside of this room really knows what anyone does at any given point.
100%. It's 100% accurate.
Including us, or you're saying the
Sometimes
audience?
including us, but
Yeah.
I think definitely the audience because we don't really we don't ever tell anyone the differentiation between our roles publicly. And I'm not saying that we should because who cares really?
Yeah.
We do our jobs just audience. We're all doing our jobs. But Roy, Chris, Billy, me, Witty, Tony, we all do different things, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I do love going on vacation. I think work-life balance is important, and I also, like seeing my friends and family sometimes, and I'm not going to apologize for that.
You also don't live here. I have the luxury of my whole family's in Miami, so it's it's not.
I mean, you do live here, but
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have a residence here. But
Right, I'm not
that's what I
from
meant
here.
to say.
That's
you're
true.
not from here.
All right, this is from at Pete Sirianni on Instagram. As show bookers, are you afraid of accidentally texting, calling, or drunk texting a past celeb guest? I've come very close to this. Where I'll type in
Who was it?
I don't remember, but I feel like every time I type in a name combination or a letter combination, I can't be that far away.
Who's the most famous person in your cell phone, Woody?
It's
got to be
This is a
Are we gonna
dangerous
play that game?
though.
Yeah,
At
we're
one
gonna
point I
play
had
that game.
Dwayne Wade's number just because I saw it once.
No, I'm not going to tell you to call Dwayne Wade. But
Right.
I think
This is someone you would text.
my
That's the game.
Right. My answer to this question would be it doesn't happen that often because I usually don't save those people's numbers to my phones.
Yeah.
If we have
Rookie
to
move.
also we don't book any of the very high up guests we get. We're not booking directly through them. It's their publicist.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what?
Contacts and trying to figure out the most famous person.
You know what was great though early in the pandemic is you'd have people call your Zoom because they couldn't join over Zoom, so you had to call the Zoom and their phone number would appear in the Zoom. So every once in a while you get numbers that way. I would say probably most famous person in my phone who I could text is probably Steve Kerr.
That's big.
Yeah.
Who's more famous, Tim Kirkjian or Jeff Passan?
Kirkjian.
Well, Passan, because he gets confused for Jim Mulaney sometimes.
John Mulaney.
John
Yeah,
Mulaney.
Elmo.
I have Joe
was thinking
Zagaki's
John
number.
Mulvaney.
Jim Mulaney.
Zagacki.
I got Charles Barkley's number.
Dude, I heard
Ooh.
Tony.
Joe Zagacki with Hawk a few weeks back. It is wild
Joe
how
Z.
that guy just talks the way we all do his impression. Like, it is not an exaggeration. He's like, yes, Hawk, thank you for having me. It's like, wow, is he doing an impression of Zagacki? Like, he's
That's
like,
literally Tony.
Solana, what are you talking about?
Solana. Alex Solana.
We're going to go back and forth, talking shit.
A hot dog is a sandwich.
I can't explain to you the joy that Tony gets in the corner back here whenever you do that.
Oh man, I love.
Because
all
you
have
were
a
you
Zagacki.
were the producer of University of Miami football for a
I
while.
was for a long time.
Mhm.
Not like time, like 2 years. Like
That's
a year.
a long-
no,
that
it
is a
was-
long
It was like a
time.
20
season.
years in
It got me
Miami
thinking-
Hurricanes years.
What does he sound like in the bedroom?
Oh no.
Oh, honey.
Oh, baby.
All right,
stop.
pull the sheets over.
That's a fine.
Turn the lights on.
That's right.
I'm cold.
Sorry, honey.
At Under a Microscope says, why are grid of death punishments not being paid off?
Hey,
Oh,
man,
please.
listen. I paid
I
mine.
just saw a
Because
tweet.
they
Because
all
we're lazy.
stink and no one wants to do them.
I owe 8.
Honestly,
No,
I'm third
I-
on the list. I saw. I mean,
I'm
I'm
sure I owe
trusting
at
this
least 6.
this Twitter account. Some guy randomly tweeted what we all owe, and like I think Witty, you got a lot too.
Yeah, I have
It
a
was-
shed load because
yeah.
I
It was a
went
bad
like
season last
1
year.
and 9 to start the season.
Witty.
Yeah.
Roy
Big
has
update
like
on my
2.
phone.
I
I
was
can text
actually.
Zach Lowe
Ooh.
and I can tell him, hey,
Oh no.
Chris
so
Whittingham.
okay.
I listen to podcasts in the shower,
Showers.
too.
Please
I don't think
text
that's
him
that
that
weird.
right now,
made me
Tony.
that made me so
I
uncomfortable.
need that response. Text him right now. Hey, just so you know, Chris Whittingham, a guy I work with, listens to your podcast
I'm gonna
naked.
send a picture of
Butt
him.
ass
Don't do
naked.
it.
Do you ever do things on the show where you're like, God, I hope that doesn't get aggravated
Every
on
day.
social
Every
media.
day.
Like it,
Well, I don't
when
say
that
anything.
when
I
'cause,
said I
like,
don't change my socks every day. That one got
That
me
one
in
g-
trouble.
But like
Came back to bite you.
Dan for some reason said that I only listen to Zach Lowe in the shower.
Dan,
which is not true.
Dan
Misrepresentation.
stretches everything that we say to make us sound the worst.
I know,
for
but
saying
that
it.
makes it seem like I have a fetish for Zach Lowe. And it's very bizarre.
Well,
Like I don't have a like. I just listened to this morning. I listened to Basketball Illuminati in the
People
shower.
listen to the,
I
the
don't
shower
have-
yeah.
radio.
I'm
are
sure
a
Amin
thing.
loves
I
that.
don't have a fetish for Amin and Tom Haberstroh and Anthony Mays. Like I was just listening to a podcast in the shower, and so when it's tweeted as I only listen to Zach Lowe in the shower, it's very uncomfortable for me to see for Zach Lowe to look through his verified mentions and see that some producer on a show likes to listen to him in the shower. That's fucking weird.
Witty,
Yeah.
the rare killing 3 birds with 1 stone.
Mm.
What?
I can call Paul Feinbaum.
Ooh.
Ow.
Paul?
How?
I want to talk to Paul.
So I have like 9 grid of death punishments I owe. I actually want to start paying them off.
I do actually have one that I was like ready to do, and I was about to do it, and this was like last September, October, and it involved putting on like one of those like swim caps, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is gonna rip out all my hair, so I just never ended up doing it.
The swim cap will?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's super tight, right?
Yeah.
So you need like a team of
Well,
people
I would
to
need
get it
to
off.
have my hair wet to come into work with wet hair to put the swim cap over the wet hair, and I was like, I'm just not gonna do this.
You
So I
can't
just
put your
never
hair
did
up for
it.
that?
Well, yeah, but it rips out like your front hairs. I
Which
have
are very
fine
important.
Hair.
Yeah, those front hairs are very
Can't have it
important.
like midway through your
And I'm not a
forehead.
swimmer, so I could be wrong, but I think it will
Oh, yeah, you
probably
can.
rip out all my hair.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I just never did it. Sorry.
This is from at Mr.
sorry.
Comfort _ You each get 1 time and 1 time only to trip anyone you want in the world by kicking their legs together from behind
I did
without
this the other
anyone
day.
knowing. Who currently alive are you using it on? And is there a specific event you'd target?
Sidney Crosby.
just for existing.
Yeah.
Tony?
2-minute penalty, by the way.
Who would I
Tony Gunn.
trip? And what?
Repeat the
probably-
question. I wasn't listening.
You, Chris Cody. That's what I'm gonna do.
I would.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna trip you.
I know what I do. I
mean-
would race Usain Bolt, and then I'd do it to him, and then beat him in a race.
You You would not be able to.
But then you
get
couldn't
behind
claim
him
that you
fast
beat. You
enough
couldn't
to
claim that
trip
you beat
him.
Usain Bolt in the race.
Hmm.
Chris, the question is: you each get one time and one time only to trip anyone you want in the world by kicking their legs together from behind without anyone knowing. Who currently alive are you using it on, and is there a specific event you'd target? So for me,
It's a ridiculous question.
It's good though, because it's like the equivalent of like giving someone a swirly or like a wedgie,
Ooh.
where it's like, kind of good-natured,
Good-natured.
embarrassing them.
I do love that
But they're
style
not really
of
getting
tripping.
hurt.
I've been known in my life a lot to do the old kick someone's foot
I
and
love
like do
that.
that thing
Yeah,
where
that's
they don't
fun.
We
actually
used to
fall.
tabletop
They
people.
don't
No,
fall.
you
They
can-
just kind of like
Oh,
No, you
tabletop
can-
is good too.
what is tabletop?
You crouch behind him and then
we're
push
gonna
him over.
tabletop Woody.
Oh,
The
Witty.
next time we have a show outing, we're gonna
Oh,
get him. when
Woody,
he's not
you are
Oh,
expecting
is that
it.
like
Dunzo.
you set someone up to be tripped? Essentially, is that what it is?
No, don't worry
don't
about it. Don't worry about it.
I kind of want to like let's game plan now that I'm gonna go do that to someone on our staff, and then we can like videotape it and put it out on social. Like, where's Mike Fuentes? I want to trip him.
He's in the back room.
Damn it, he's directing this, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Shit,
I'm gonna
someone
tell him
else.
to zoom in on
You
you.
can't
Where's
trip
Danny?
someone in the Cleveland.
also
There's
there.
so
I
many
would
things that
trip
are-
Danny
Fuentes,
too.
if you're
Nah, you
directing
see what
him,
happened
zoom
to
in on
Danny
me.
when he falls, man.
That's also concerning that no one zoomed in on you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're fired.
I go
Whoa.
for Jose Mourinho. He sucks. Anyone have
Oh,
any
yeah.
others?
Hmm.
Who would I trip?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say my father-in-law.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God, you just did say your father.
Stop.
My grandmother-in-law.
No. Hello. I'm
Brother.
Rusty Staub.
I know.
He
I'm
says
saying it to you, Rusty. Stop.
Yeah.
At Anthony AP _ says, which pair of shoes would you have a funeral for?
Ooh.
I have a pair of like those dress sneakers that I've probably had for like 8 years, and the white that's meant to give off that this is a sneaker is completely faded. But
So
I
what color
insist-
is it?
So it's the combination of white and dirt,
Mm.
so like kind of off brown. And I don't know why I still have these shoes, but they're like the first pair of dress sneakers that I had. I really like those shoes. Bit heavy, but very comfortable.
It must be nice just to have an answer locked and loaded for all these questions that you had pre-access to.
Right.
Oh
This
my
guy.
God.
Tony, I would have a funeral for my
Passive
lemon pepper
aggressive.
steppers.
Lemon pepper
Lewis's
steppers?
lemon pepper steppers are
clogs.
they're like those Chelsea boots, but they're like I don't
Genuine
even know-
leather. They're genuine
They're
leather.
genuine,
They're
but they're like
$500 boots that I got on
cowhide.
Nordstrom. It's amazing. The softest buttery leather. Got it on Nordstrom rack for $150.
My favorite shoes are my SpongeBob Kyrie shoes. But
Oh.
I don't wear them, so I'm never gonna bury them
Mm.
because they're gonna look nice forever.
I got a pair of baseball turfs that I used for the media softball game at Marlins Park.
What
That,
year was that?
That may have been like 5-6 years ago, probably something like that.
Charlie Hume was still on the show. so-
Yeah. Yeah,
Jazz.
retire those because I'm using those as yard shoes now. Cutting the yard.
Hmm.
Choom.
Does everyone have a I guess you have to become a homeowner first, but once you become a homeowner, you have a pair,
Yeah.
like a work uniform. Do you have a work uniform, Chris, where it's like the same beat up T-shirt, the same beat up shorts, same beat up sneakers that you wear?
Yeah, like the clothes I painted my house with that got paint all over them. Like those
Yep.
are I wear those
Yeah.
and
Yep.
the same busted shoes.
How
My
many
dad-
raggedy like things does it have on them? Are they ripped or are they just a
It's
regular
not ripped,
shirt?
just
Yeah.
a lot of. I was just really reckless with that paintbrush, man. There's
Mm.
paint all over those pants.
Yeah.
But you might as well just turn them into your work
Right.
uniform. Like you might
Mhm.
as well just wear them all the time.
Mhm.
It's actually an aspirational thing for me because my dad,
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
homeowner, always like wore the same. Oddly enough, the shirt that he chose, he got it at a work conference, and it says "relax" on the front. And every time he's wearing it, he's like
That's passive
not
aggressive.
relaxed.
he's like doing the electrical around our house.
I'm very unrelaxing that.
Right, exactly. At Hadano says most awkward interaction with a celebrity / athlete.
Say it again. I wasn't listening.
I mean,
Oh my God,
Pay
are
the
you
fuck
serious?
attention.
I'm just asking you.
How about when we had
Jeez.
Taylor Lautner on or Michelle Tafoya? I'll
Oh
put
yeah,
those
Michelle
in.
Tafoya. That would be mine.
Taylor Lautner. I wasn't here for that one.
I wasn't here for Michelle Tafoya either, but listening
Wait,
back made me
Taylor.
cringe.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
the
That
bloke
was-
from the
Yeah.
Sin.
Did we air that?
We did air that.
We did. Oh, yeah.
There was discussion about it though afterwards.
Mine's
All
Justin
right.
We won't
Timberlake.
get into it.
At AUT.
Oh wow, Lewis had a great one. That Lewis.
JT.
Justin Timberlake gave me an awkward, but you know what? That wasn't on me. That's all his energy.
No,
that was on
see,
him.
Lewis did the thing. Remember the first year we went to that thing?
I'm sure it was all him.
Was there
It
a magician?
absolutely
Was
was.
there a magician or no?
Yeah,
Yes,
the
same
magician. Okay,
magician.
here's
Yeah. Awesome.
last year, Tony. You remember JT was heckling
The magician and the
no,
crowd, everybody. He was heckling
He
everybody.
was heckling the guy speaking.
Cracking wise.
He was cracking wise.
He was cracking wise. So this year,
But like,
he,
do you think see to us as people that don't we're not around Justin Timberlake a lot, so that's very memorable to us. But
Speak
do
for
you think
yourself.
do you think Justin Timberlake remembers last year? It's probably not even a thought in his brain. Last year and so Lewis,
No, yeah, he
like,
has
to. Yeah, he
like it
remembered that
happened
'cause-
yesterday. Lewis was like, "Yo, you should heckle." Like he threw a
Didn't
line
do it
like
like
you gotta
that.
heckle him, dude.
It was
Justin
way
kinda,
smoother
and
than
just
that.
debatable.
Well, no. Here's what I really think happened because he was tame start to finish. I think last year he was a little
Yeah,
too much,
a little sauced up.
a little saucy,
Mm-hmm.
and they told him something.
You think they said something to Justin Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake, every line that the guy would say, Justin Timberlake would talk shit to that
I
guy
know.
and
Yeah, he
yell
did, he
It
and
was probably a
disrupted.
self thing where he's like, "Let me tone it down this year." There's no way that
I'm
he got in
telling you,
trouble,
man.
dude. He's
I'm
Justin
telling you.
Timberlake.
And
No,
trouble,
I don't
but-
think he got in trouble. I think he's like, there's moles in this room. They talked about it on that podcast once.
No, so then I was like, bro, like, cause he's at the bar and but before that, he's already like down and like, he sat down in the middle, by the way, not what he was doing
He
last year.
sat down?
In the middle of everybody.
That's weird.
And he
I don't
was
like that.
quiet the whole time. So he came up for his drink and I was like, yo, you gotta heckle the guy. He looked at me and I'm gonna do it to the camera. He looked at me and he was like,
Yeah. That's
But-
what I mean.
no,
You had a
but-
great interaction with Travis Kelce. I'm not like poo-pooing
I
everything
don't
that
think
happened. I'm just saying that one was awkward.
but
though,
here's my
JT.
thing. But I'm telling you, I looked in his eyes. He looked at me like, I wish I could, bro. But man, I can't. So then Cody was like, what happened there?
I saw more of a look of like, who the fuck, like, what are you saying?
Not what
I don't even
happened.
know what you're
It's not what
talking
happened.
about.
Tell me it's not
Heckling.
what happened.
Why would I be heckling?
He gave me weird energy, and he's responsible for that. He was having a bad day. I was having a fantastic day. Travis Kelce said I smelled good,
You were
and then I
riding the
looked great.
Kelsey high. You were riding the Kelsey high.
The
at that
Kelsey
moment.
high.
Come on, brother.
And the Tahoe high.
Hi.
Hi.
Or Sebastian says, top 5 list of backhanded compliments. At aut.sports.card says, top 5 Pop-Tart flavors.
Oh.
Yeah, let me get a pencil.
The
List here. Hold on.
S'more number 1.
No,
No,
s'mores
no,
are
no,
not
no,
number
no,
one.
no,
Are
no,
you
no, no,
fucking
no, 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 no,
crazy?
no, 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 no.
Stop that.
It's
Whoa.
wildberry.
Of
Sorry,
course.
everybody. It's wildberry.
It's
Sorry,
the
haters.
only
Oh,
good
yeah,
flavor.
wow,
That's
She's
not
so
that-
right. Jess
sorry,
is so
haters.
right.
Oh my
The
god.
fruit ones are fine. They're just like
What was
whatever.
yours?
She's agreeing with me. She's saying the
S'mores?
s'more one is the only good flavor.
That's
Yes.
not
I'm so
true.
with her.
No,
That's so
not
like
even that. Not even that.
How?
You guys are big strawberry fans?
No.
No,
I-
I'm telling you
That's
what.
number 2.
Wildberry.
For
The
me,
one that's got the tie
Don't
dye.
like that one either.
That one's delicious.
Classic.
Blueberry's number 3.
Blueberry's
Blue-
fire.
Wow, blueberry for me is number 1.
Cookie
Yeah,
dough
blueberry's
is
fire.
number 4.
All right, so
Cookie
who's
dough?
All right, so
Have you
who's-
had the cookie dough?
It's a Pop Tart.
Have you had the cookie dough?
Yes.
Bro, hell.
And you don't like the cookie dough?
No.
Okay. Go eat your ranch.
Oh my God.
Ranch!
Don't even start with me.
He likes ranch Pop Tarts.
You eat blue cheese.
So does
Wow.
like 4 of the people
Blue
in this
cheese
room.
is really good.
Sickening. Disgusting.
The adults like blue cheese. I'm
The
sorry.
adults, please.
Ranch guy.
Here's a
Okay.
backhanded compliment. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Hey, you can't start and then stop like that. Come on now.
I know, but it was too
Ejected.
mean.
I have one that I'll share.
What's the backhanded compliment? No, come on, say it. No, come on.
I'll start with mine, and then you can build
Okay,
up
you
the
go
courage to have yours.
first.
When people meet me, they're like, "You're not that good looking."
Wow.
I'm like, huh?
Someone's told you that?
I get
Yeah,
that.
multiple people have told me
I
that.
get that for you're
I'm
not
like-
that
I'm
fat.
like, what does
That's
that mean?
An insult.
I
That's
get you're
not
not
the-
that fat. That's what I get.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, a good one is you're
It's not
taller
true,
than
but
I
it's
thought
better.
you'd be.
Yeah.
Or I was gonna say like you've gotten a lot better at this. It's a backhanded
Wow.
compliment.
Jeez.
But I didn't want to aim it at someone because then it's just mean. So
Okay,
in
so
general.
who's responsible for our top? We'll end here on the top 5 Pop-Tart list. Who's in charge?
No, we all disagree.
Yeah.
We're
No,
not
I
gonna-
think there should be
Yeah,
some
gotta
more.
be
S'more's number
averaged
1.
out,
We agree
yeah.
on
We
that.
have to
All
pick
right.
No,
a
we don't
different one
agree
to
on
end
that.
on because that
Yeah,
one is
it's
just
too much
going to cause
controversy.
We've had a very tense week. We've had Stugotz's travel issues, tension. We've had people in town. Everyone's tense right now.
Yeah.
Roy yelling about the electrician. We got to
All
end
right.
on a positive note.
Okay, here we go.
Air conditioning.
This is from @kayak_Jack34. What is one thing you can't live with and one thing you can't live without?
One thing you can't live with, any of you. I couldn't live with any of you.
I mean, that's true.
One thing I can't live without, my phone, obviously.
Yeah. It's an extraordinary
Food.
amount of time.
I
you
mean,
spend
I
on
would
your
say
phone.
my phone and then food probably and water.
I mean, those are
oxygen.
obvious,
Yeah,
there we go.
oxygen,
I would
yeah.
put my
Givens.
phone probably like right above those two.
Mhm.
I've learned in recent times.
And my
can't,
Dyson Air app.
I can't live without air conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which is
Okay,
why I had the
maybe we should
electrician.
take out the basic necessities of life like shelter,
Yeah.
Food,
Food,
water,
water.
oxygen.
What are luxuries you
Sunlight.
can't live with?
cell phone.
luxuries you can't
Perceived
live with?
luxuries relative
My
to
Dyson
society.
Airwrap.
Because AC is like at a world level, it's like kind of a luxury. It is a luxury.
I could
actually.
live without zoos.
Let the animals be free, man.
So you just completely eradicating zoos? You don't like going to the zoo?
I'm just trying to think of something that's out there that I could live without.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Bring that up on Tuesday.
I could live without traffic.
I could live without mosquitoes.
But you guys are playing this game. Like, obviously, those are things people want to live without.
Oh, well, okay.
That'll do it for another episode of Mr. K. Be sure to check out the podcast in the LeBatard and Friends podcast network. Chris, I know that Cinephile is off this week, so no plug for you this week.
Bro, yeah.
Jessica, what's on Off the Looking Glass, DNF, and Golic and Smetty?
The French Grand Prix.
The Circuit Paul Ricard.
Oh, my throat hurts just listening to that laugh. Ooh,
We.
we.
Roy, what's on Montgomery and Company?
We have Sherry Hawkins, who's a heptathlete. She's really big on mental health. We're going to talk about that with her.
Tony, what's on the YouTube channel?
Everything. Check it out. And we also have MMA Hangout July 30th, UFC 277. Looks like we're zeroing in on Derek Lewis as our guest for that week. Very exciting.
Juju Gotti,
New
you're in the
mu-
studio.
You got the new music coming out? When's it coming out? I know you're dropping stuff. Let's go.
That's neither here nor there.
No,
Y'all-
come on,
y'all
come on,
get
man.
it.
No,
hey,
Y'all
hey.
get it when y'all get it. Salute. It's coming soon though. I ain't gonna lie. It's coming extremely soon. But I just want to salute my dog Stu Pop, Detroit. I see you, and Pam Lace. I got y'all back forever.
Lewis, anything?
YouTube guys, we have the Tahoe recap coming out this Friday.
Very exciting. Check it
Go
out.
like and subscribe, comment nice things. If you say anything mean about anyone on the show, I remove you from the comment section.
Don't do that because I need it for you don't get the show and he's
No,
that
it's-
guy.
no,
I
it's
need
sometimes-
it.
It's a
Some-
gold mine.
Oh, YouTube, I need
Some-
For that
need it.
particular video.
I'm generally judicious about which ones I introduce today and which ones I don't.
No,
but-
if people are going to use hate speech, we should probably not.
Well,
let them
hate
comment
speech,
on
yeah.
it.
Hate
Yeah,
speech.
just be
Guys,
funny.
there's a
You
lot
definitely
of
gotta-
Yeah, get the
mean
You're gonna
slurs
be
out of
mean, be
there
funny.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
mean-
mean and funny, I let it slide. But if you're just
Yeah.
like what Jess said earlier, you make comments
If
like
you're a
that
piece of
about
shit,
anyone.
you can suck it.
And I got news for you.
What's
Most
that?
of you, not funny.
Oh,
Yeah. Mic drop.
shit.
Mic drop. Yeah. It's a mic drop.